8612. The secondary coil of a magneto is grounded through the A. Ignition switch. B. Primary coil. C. Ground side of the breaker points. The correct answer is B. The secondary coil of a magneto is grounded through the primary coil. The primary coil is connected to the ground side of the breaker points, and when the points open, the magnetic field collapses, inducing a high voltage in the secondary coil. 8613. In the aircraft magneto system, if the P-lead is disconnected, the magneto will be A. On regardless of ignition switch position. B. Grounded regardless of ignition switch position. C. Open regardless of ignition switch position. The correct answer is A. In the aircraft magneto system, if the P-lead is disconnected, the magneto will be on regardless of the ignition switch position. The P-lead is the ground connection for the magneto, and if it is disconnected, the magneto remains energized and producing sparks even if the ignition switch is in the off position. 8619. The purpose of an undercurrent relay in a starter generator system is to A. Provide a backup for the starter relay. B. Disconnect power from the starter generator and ignition when sufficient engine speed is reached. C. Keep current flow to the starter generator under the circuit capacity maximum. The correct answer is B. The purpose of an undercurrent relay in a starter generator system is to disconnect power from the starter generator and ignition when sufficient engine speed is reached. This is done to protect the starter generator and prevent excessive current flow once the engine is running at a speed where the starter is no longer needed. 8620. In a typical starter generator system, under which of the following starting circumstances may it be necessary to use the start-stop switch? A. Hung start. B. Hot start. C. Contact stick open. The correct answer is A. In a typical starter generator system, it may be necessary to use the start-stop switch in the case of a hung start. A hung start refers to a situation where the starter motor remains engaged even after the engine has started running. In such a scenario, the start-stop switch is used to stop the starter motor manually. 8623. When using an electric starter motor, current usage A. Is highest at the start of motor rotation. B. Remains relatively constant throughout the starting cycle. C. Is highest just before starter cutoff, at highest RPM. The correct answer is A. When using an electric starter motor, current usage is highest at the start of motor rotation. This is because at the start, the motor requires a high amount of current to overcome inertia and initiate rotation. As the motor gains speed, the current usage decreases.